Do you realize that almost 90% of sawmill owners lose thousands of dollars making simple beginner mistakes? After experiencing these costly lessons and wasting thousands myself, I discovered an easy, safe system for reliably increasing efficiency and profits. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can avoid these common pitfalls and effortlessly increase your profits starting right now. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I started milling, and one I see other sawyers doing all the time, is loading your log onto the mill backwards. What do I mean by backwards? It's simple. The skinny end of your log should always face the operator's end of the sawmill. Why is this so important? First, your log is only as good as the skinny end. If you position your log incorrectly, you're setting yourself up to waste time right from the beginning. Getting the log squared up properly on the first try saves you time, effort, and lumber. And there's something else that's very critical about loading your log the correct way with the skinny end toward the operator's head. It's when you're milling knotty wood. Take this magnolia right here, for instance. You see all these big knots all over? You need to cut into the knots, not from behind them. Imagine trying to shave against the grain. It's rough, uneven, uncomfortable. Similarly, if you mill the wrong direction, your blade will naturally follow the grain of the wood and ride over those knots. That's frustrating, and it creates wavy cuts. Positioning the skinny end correctly will ensure smoother, straighter, and cleaner boards every time. It's a very easy mistake to correct. Just simply identify the skinny end of your log. Make sure it's toward the cutting head. This simple habit will constantly deliver straighter cuts, maximum efficiency, and less hassle. We're going to go over a few more mistakes, but before I get on to the next mistake, I want to remind you to go down into the description and sign up for my newsletter so you can get tips, tricks, and hacks to help you grow your small sawmill operation. All right, now that we have this log set up correctly, I want to explain a little bit on why this is important. If you remember, I did say your log is only as good as the skinny end. This comes down to the efficiency part of handling a log. If you have the big end this way, when you're making those passes, trying to square this up, you might misjudge and not cut enough off. Therefore, you got to make another pass. And if you do that several times in a day, you've killed time, you dulled your blade, and in theory, you've wasted money. We don't want to do that. So with the skinny end down here, you can see exactly where you need to make that first pass, flip it, and make your next pass to not waste all that time, energy, and money on making miscuts. So I'm going to get the mill fired up, and I'm going to slab this magnolia out. It is slap full of spalt. There's all kind of curl around these knots. This thing's going to be gorgeous on the inside, and I want to reveal that to you. But let's get this thing cut. Before I go stack all this, I want to show you what this spalted magnolia looks like. Bring you down here a little closer. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Holy smokes, that's fine. There's some hints of lime green. Of course, you got the black spot. You're gonna have a little character around your knots right here. Wow, that's nice. Now that we had that beautiful magnolia cut, we're on to the next big mistake that I made as a beginner. And one I see many new sawyers making. It is not changing your blade often enough. Let's talk about why it is so important. It creates wavy, uneven cuts is number one. A dull blade struggles to cut straight. Imagine trying to slice bread with a butter knife. It just don't work. It smashes it down, don't it? Cuts it crazy, tears it. We don't need that, do we? The second thing is, it slows your milling speed. Dull blades slow you down significantly. You're spending more time pushing through each cut, wasting that precious time and productivity, which in turn is you're wasting money. And the third thing is extra stress on your equipment, breaking the blade prematurely. This means costly downtime and repairs and having to buy new blades. All these issues together add up to one thing: wasted time, wasted lumber, and wasted money. But first, I want to ask Madeline if she knows when to change the blade. When do you change the blade, Madeline?
Next week.
Change it next week, she said. So if you're cutting, get you 1 week out of the blade. Oh, so when do you change it? Next week, huh?
Or Sunday.
Sunday, she said. If it's doing that, we're going to change it Sunday. Another common mistake, and one I definitely made as a beginner, is cutting to the wrong thickness. When I first started milling, I was determined to squeeze as many boards as I could out of every log. My big mistake: I cut boards way too thin. Here's why cutting your lumber too thin is such a huge problem. Once you made the cut, you can't add wood back. It's like giving yourself a haircut. You can always trim more, but you can't put hair back once it's gone. After your boards are dry, they're going to move, twist, and warp. Not to mention, they're going to shrink. And they could shrink as much as 10% on thickness and width. If you cut them too thin, you won't have enough material left to plane or straighten them out later. At that point, your lumber is basically firewood. You have to leave enough material there to be able to plane and flatten and get the finished desired thickness. If you are looking for a finished product of 1 inch, I would cut no less than 1.25 inches. If you are looking for a finished product of 3/4, I would cut no less than 1 inch. And another common mistake many sawyers make, and often don't even realize it, is causing their boards to cup during drying. Don't worry though, there are a couple simple steps you can follow to minimize that. I'll share those in just a moment, but first let's understand why cupping happens in the first place. The main cause of cupping is uneven moisture content across the board's face. Imagine a sponge drying unevenly. One side shrinks faster, causing it to curl. The same thing happens with your lumber. If one side dries faster than the other, the board will cup. Now we need to understand what leads to uneven drying. Typically, it's poor drying practices. For instance, leaving your lumber stacked exposed to direct sunlight or uneven airflow are two causes. If sunlight hits one side of your board, or if one side gets more airflow and dries faster, it creates uneven moisture loss and it causes your lumber to cup. Flat sawn lumber is especially prone to this issue. So how do you avoid cupping? I'm going to give you steps that you can apply just as soon as you cut your next lumber. Number one, protect your lumber from direct sunlight. After stacking your lumber, cover it with roofing metal or place it under a shed or shelter. I have mine under a shed. I have some of it here. Also have stacks of lumber out there stacked off the ground with roofing metal on it. All you need to do is make sure you keep the sun off your lumber, which prevents one side from drying faster than the other. Number 2, you definitely need to ensure even airflow. Stack your lumber so that the air moves evenly through your entire bundle. This helps moisture escape uniformly, keeping your boards straight and flat. Another thing that will make your boards cup, and you leave the pith in that board, usually it's the center board. If that pith is in that board, that juvenile wood will make that board cup, and 90% of the time it will split. The best technique that I advise is just to go ahead and cut that pith out of there. Do not include that in your wood. And by following these easy steps, protecting from sunlight, ensuring even airflow, and do not include that pith in your lumber, you'll dramatically reduce cupping. And the result is straighter, higher quality lumber, which yields a whole lot better profit and brings more money to your sawmill every single time. Just a reminder, make sure you slip down there into that description and sign up for my newsletter. We'll send you tips, tricks, and hacks to help you grow your sawmill operation. So if you're just starting out, or even if you've been milling for a while, remember these small adjustments will save you time, money, and frustration, and help you get the most out of every log. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more sawmill tips, and drop a comment if you've made any of these mistakes or learned a few lessons of your own. Share those with us. And if you're serious about growing your sawmill skills and turning your setup into a thriving small business, make sure to join our email list where I share exclusive tips, behind the scenes insights, and practical advice you won't find anywhere else. Thanks for watching, and happy sawing.